what we do, what we do in the name of journalism.
Oh, YouTube videos. We're walking in a blizzard. Marianne hasn't even got her coat on. We're just walking from Patrik's garage into the centre of Graz. We're so lucky today, the sun's come out. It was actually snowing a bit last night, but it's a good day to go and have a look around the city today. So we've arrived in the centre of Graz.
We're on the Jakominiplatz. It's like the central transfer point of Graz. So all the trams and all the buses come here, so you can change your bus, your tram.
So it's a good place to start.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
And around the square you can see there are little bakeries and coffee stops, and it's so lovely because everybody just stops off. It's lunchtime now, so everybody just goes to get a coffee, sits outside, even though it's snowing.
A little bit,
but it's so cold, it's snowing. We're in Nowie shop, which is right on this central transfer point, and they sell all different types of sweets. There's a chocolate in this shop that we're looking for. It's actually translate as Mozart's balls. So I'm just looking for it because it's somewhere here. Where is it, Patrik?
I see him there.
Mozart's balls. We've just wandered around the corner and we've fallen upon this lovely looking opera house, and directly opposite there's a market square with a farmer's market, but get here early because they're just closing down. It's now lunchtime, so get here before lunchtime. And you can get all this lovely, fresh, local produce, which is so lovely.
So we've just stopped off at the market and we're having a spritzer.
A quick power
Spritzer?
drink, yeah, a white spritzer.
A white spritzer. Thank you, Patrik. He's
White
leading us
spritzer,
astray
yeah.
already in the early afternoon. So what's lovely is because it's so cold in this area, the coffee shop that we've come to, the bar, they've got sheepskin rugs and a blanket, so when you sit outside you can keep yourself warm while you're having a drink.
So after a beautiful glass of white wine spritzer, Patrik has told me our next stop is going to be somewhere that is going to make my face go oh! So I'm a little bit excited. He won't tell me any more, but let's
I
watch
told
his
her
face.
it's just like a snack place.
It's a snack place.
But not anymore.
I love it.
So as we're walking around, it's actually started snowing again.
It's snowing!
It is snowing. Patrik did warn us that January is obviously the coldest
And
month.
February, because it's
So
February now.
we chose to come in February because it's like the 5th of February and I thought it would be warmer. Okay, so it's time for lunch. So Patrik's brought us to somewhere special called Frankowitsch.
It's Frankowitsch, yeah.
So we're going to go in and have some lunch.
We've come to Frankowitsch to try their Brötchen, and for anybody that's been following us for a long time, when we were in Wunstorf in Germany, we actually went to a Brötchen bar as well, and this is the Austrian version. So it's a little bit like Austrian tapas, where they have different breads and little small snacks that you can choose. And let's see what's on the menu for today.
So this is a real treat. We've ordered a selection of these bread item, Brötchen, for lunch.
Brötchen.
And it's absolutely delicious. We've got a smoked salmon one, a beef one, a ham one, we've got some vegetarian ones. Patrik's got
white
tuna and lobster, and it looks absolutely delicious.
Just wait till you bite in.
Then wait till we buy it in.
What's this one?
I don't know, try it.
Egg.
It's good.
It's egg and parsley.
Roast beef.
It's the best one.
Perfectly cooked beef. If you come to Graz, you should definitely come here and try these for lunch. As a treat, it's absolutely delicious.
I'm going to try the beetroot one.
That was a seriously delicious lunch in the place Frankowitsch that you can see behind us. And quite a pricey lunch for a van lifer. It's about €2.50, €3 per Brutien. But it was worth it as a little naughty treat. Thanks, Patrik, for bringing us here. It was delicious. And you know the food must be good because they've been going since 1932. And there's not many businesses that last that long. And are still busy. And still taste good. And you should go there.
And we were not sponsored.
And it was really nice. So we're stood now on the main shopping street in Graz. And it's pedestrianised apart from the trams. And it's shopping, really nice.
It's called the Herrengasse.
So it's absolutely beautiful. The building that you can see behind me is actually where the local politicians' offices are. And it's an absolutely stunning building with views over the Clocktower.
So behind us there's the jewelry Weikart, and there's the clock in front of Weikart, and this is the special meeting point. If you are from Graz or you meet somebody on the main place, you always meet at the clock of Weikart.
There you go. So if you want to meet somebody in Graz and you're not sure where to meet them, that is the place where everybody meets. So if you come up to the top of the Kastnet Ula shopping center, there's a restaurant. And then if you come outside, this would be absolutely awesome in the summer. You can see the seating area behind me, but even in the winter today with the sun shining, look how beautiful this is. And you can see all the way around us. The clock tower up there, which is where we're gonna go in a minute. I'm not sure whether we're going to take the stairs. There may be a lift, hopefully. And the Parliament building and the square that we were at just a minute ago is down there. So yeah, if you want great views of Graz, this is the place to come. Probably one of the highest buildings looking around. There are three ways to get up to the clock tower. There is the cable car that you can see in the image behind me, but unfortunately it is actually closed for maintenance today, so we're not going to be able to share that with you. There are also the stairs which go all the way up, but make sure you're pretty fit because it's quite a long walk. And then there's also the lift. To get the lift up, it is €1.70, and there is the option you can come down on a slide.
Again, it's not cold enough for it to settle on the floor, but the air, the wind temperature is cutting.
So we've come up to the top by the clock tower that you can see behind us, and this is absolutely amazing views over the city of Graz. And although the weather is a little bit, it's just started snowing again, it's just so beautiful. There's restaurants up here, and it really is an aerial view of the city.
We found a wishing well, and it was built in
1554 to
1554.
Wow, that's old.
1558.
So the well here is actually called the Turk's Well because it was allegedly built by Turkish prisoners. And it took 4 years to build this well. Absolutely amazing. And it was built to secure a water source for the castle during long periods if they were under siege. It's pretty impressive.
Nice.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds. You're gonna love Austria in February. There's snow coming, you can see it and the hill in the distance. Look at the view from that restaurant here by the top of the castle.
Wow.
What an amazing place to have a restaurant. So you can see the cable car. Actually, it's like more like a cliff railway that is parked up behind us. Unfortunately, it's closed like we said earlier, but you can see the route that it takes there all the way down. Would have been fun.
We've just arrived at the bell tower. It's 34 meters tall and it has got the largest bell in Styria, which is this region. What we do in the name of journalism.
Oh, YouTube videos. We're walking in a blizzard. Marianne hasn't even got her coat on.
It's very cold and I don't know if the camera's picking up the snow, but there is snow all around us. Only small, but bitterly cold. I can't feel my face at all. That's why I'm talking funny.
I can see the sun. And then on the top, there is this lovely garden area that you can come and hang out in. And it has the most amazing views because we are literally right at the top.
When we were leaving Italy, we saw beautiful primroses just starting to emerge. And here in Austria, we've just seen the snow and now we found some little snowdrops.
You can actually see the balcony behind where we went up on top in the shopping centre. And down below, we're going to walk down the stairs. This is the stairs and the walkway that takes you down. "260 steps later, we made it to the bottom." It's actually not so bad.
If you're trying to turn the crossroads thing on, then if you can't find it here, some of them actually have it underneath. So don't be as confused as I was.
So we've come down onto the middle of the river, and it's really beautiful. This building here that you can see behind us was actually an art project, and it's stayed here for years now. And we're coming down here to get a coffee. We've come in for a nice cup of coffee and we've got a couple of lattes. And just in case you're wondering, it comes with a free water.
Not schnapps.
Not schnapps. I just had to taste it just in case Patrik ordered us double schnapps to go with our coffee. And the toilet. You have to check out the toilet. That was a really cool place to go for a coffee, and you can hear the noise of the river. And we're going to go see a special clock now.
We've arrived at the Glockenspiel Platz, and this you get to see a spectacular little show of the Glockenspiel. It happens at 11 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, and then again at 6.
So Patrik's just taking us up this double spiral staircase. So he's going that way, we're going that way. See you at the top. Now we're going down again.
Yeah, you can turn around.
And look, you can look down.
So what a way to end the day. We've come to a local restaurant, an Austrian restaurant called Graz. It's a brewery, but it's not based here. A brewery restaurant. It's a brewery restaurant. And we've got something quite unusual. We have a beer
From above.
from above. So they just fill the glass up with froth, the head, and let it settle. And it takes about 15 minutes to get your beer because they keep topping up with froth. And it's not a proper one unless it looks like that. So apparently it changes the flavour of the beer. I'm not sure what you would say in the UK if you had a head of beer like that. Prost. It's a very lovely beer, and my nose is white.
And mine is also.
But the head is actually really it's really thick. It's like it's compacted froth. It tastes really good. So how good does this food look? Marianne has got
Käsespätzle.
an Austrian version of mac cheese. I have goulash, which is big here in Austria. And Patrik has got an amazing beef with potatoes.
And onion.
And it looks absolutely delicious. And what's interesting is the salad, which Patrik has ordered. For the dressing, they actually use pumpkin seed oil, which is actually a green colour, but is very common here in Austria. You gonna try it?
I love salad.
I love salad. Give it a go.
I should have probably used a knife.
How does it taste?
Peanuts.
And goulash.
Is it good?
That's really good.
Guess the cheeses.
And it's made with alpine cheese, mountain cheese.
Oh,
You can taste the mountain cheese.
nice.
Pongy cheese.
Time to eat. If you're looking for some greenery whilst you're in Graz, then we've come down to the Schlossberg.
Schlossberg.
Schlossberg,
Yeah.
which is a beautiful park with a castle. And we're going to go and have a little look around. It's absolutely nice and sunny today.
Wrapped around this lovely castle are these magnificent maple leaf trees, but they're incredibly shaped. They've got all sorts of different branches and trunks, some of them even touching the floor. It's very odd looking trees. I said to Chris it looks like something from Harry Potter. So if you want to come to this lovely place, it's only 10 minutes on the tram and then a 10-minute walk, and you get to see beautiful peacocks too, not just this beautiful castle. We've We've entered into the building, and if anybody knows me, they know I've got a thing about doors, and we found a really cool one. In fact, I'm going to turn the camera this way because there's a very small door.
How small is that door?
And there's a very big door. So, are we in the house of Alice in Wonderland? I've got a theory that you can tell a lot about a place by the toilets. Have a look at these toilets. The tiled work is absolutely brilliant. And it's really warm in here too. I have just found the most fantastic trompe l'oeil, which is like one of those paintings that make you think that it's real, but it's not. It looks like a door, but it's not. Amazing.
So we've come down to Thalysee, which is just outside of Graz. And this particular lake has a little story because back in 1985, Arnold Schwarzenegger actually went out in a boat that you can still see by the side of the lake here and proposed to his wife. And she obviously said yes.
This back might actually be something that's quite iconic, and people might just instantly recognize the back. No, it's not Chris. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and this is actually the town where he was born.
So for those of you that don't know, Arnold Schwarzenegger was actually born in this village, which is just outside of Graz. So if you love Arnold Schwarzenegger, they actually have an Arnold Schwarzenegger museum here. And the house that you can see behind me is actually the museum and the house where he was born. It's €9 to get in, and it's just absolutely such a beautiful village. So we're going to go and have a little walk around the village. So in my previous career, I actually worked in a 5-star hotel in London, and my job was special visits manager, and I actually had the pleasure of meeting and looking after Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's absolutely so nice to come here to see where he was actually born and raised. What's great is they've got this booth outside the museum with a handle. It actually looks like an old phone booth, but when you open it up, it's got a weight machine inside, and Patrik's getting a little bit of exercise. And it actually says on the door that it's officially the smallest gym in the world. Nice. So this is an open air gym, and it's old school. It's all made of trees and old tires, and maybe this is where he actually trained back in the day. Join us on the next episode as we say goodbye to Austria, head over the mountains into Slovenia, find the most amazing castle, and explore the medieval coastal town of Piran. And they've got these exercise machines that you can see behind us. It looks like Marianne's quit already. Come back, love. I can't tell you how cold this wind is. It's freezing.
Stop complaining, Chris, come on!
Ah! He's got shorts on. It's snowing, it's freezing, and there's an old man with a pair of shorts. You can actually see the balcony behind us where we stopped to have a view on top of the store. Cut, that sounds terrible. So this wishing well, which is called the Turk's Well, because allegedly it was built by Turkish people, Turkish prisoners. Prisoners? Yeah. Okay, cut. I'm not quite sure what this sign and this sign means. This one's no men and women, and this one is men and women are allowed. I don't know. So the wishing well here was actually called, no, cut. It's not was, it is called. Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1, back in the room.
3.
And I don't really know what I'm talking about at the moment.
Welcome to my world.
It's a whopping 94 meters deep. And I nearly dropped my camera cover down there.
You can wish another one, that's no problem.
Do you get extra wishes for the...